Have you ever scrolled through your feed, looked at someone else's life, and thought, why can't I have that? It happens to all of us. We see someone who seems happier, more successful, or more beautiful, and a quiet voice inside whispers that we're not enough. We forget that behind every perfect picture, there's a story we can't see, filled with struggles we don't know. This constant comparison, this measuring of our lives against others, it's a silent thief of joy. If you've ever felt like happiness belongs to everyone but you, then this story is for you. One morning, a lonely crow was flying across the fields. He landed on a tree near a pond and saw a magnificent swan gliding across the water. The swan's feathers were a brilliant white, shining in the sun. Villagers stopped just to admire it. Children pointed in delight, and adults smiled. The swan floated proudly, the picture of grace and beauty. The crow watched a heavy feeling growing in his chest. Everyone loves the swan, he thought sadly. No one ever even looks at me. He decided to fly down for a closer look, but the moment the villagers saw him, they started waving their arms and shouting, "Shoo! Go away, you pest!" Startled and embarrassed, the crow quickly flew to a distant branch. He watched the swan soak in all the admiration and whispered to himself, "They loved the swan for its white feathers. If only I looked like that, maybe I'd finally be happy." With a heavy heart, the crow left the village and flew deep into the forest. He found a quiet branch and let his sorrow out. "People hate me because I'm black," he cried softly. "My life would be so much better if I just had white feathers like the swan."
Storybox Audio.
An old, wise crow perched on a nearby branch heard his cries. "What's troubling you, young one?" he asked gently. The young crow sighed. "I hate my black feathers. They're ugly, and because of them, nobody likes me." The old crow smiled knowingly. "If you could be any bird in the world," he asked, "which would you choose to be?" "The swan, without a doubt." The young crow answered immediately. "Everyone admires it." The old crow nodded. "I see. Well, there's a magical spring hidden deep in this forest. It's said that if you bathe in its water with a pure heart, you can change your appearance. But before you go, I want you to do one thing. Go ask the swan if it is truly happy." The young crow was puzzled. "You think the swan isn't happy?" The old crow simply said, "Go and see for yourself." So, the young crow flew back to the pond. The swan was still there, gliding as gracefully as ever. "Dear swan," the crow began politely, "you must be the happiest bird in the world. Your feathers are so white and beautiful, and everyone loves you. Are you truly happy?" The swan looked at the crow with a hint of sadness in its eyes. "Thank you for your kind words," it replied. "But no, I'm not as happy as you think. People keep me here as a pet. I can't fly wherever I want. I live with the constant fear that when I grow old, they might use me for meat. Every day is filled with worry." The crow was stunned. "I had no idea," he stammered. "Then, who do you think is the happiest bird?" The swan thought for a moment. "I believe the parrot is the happiest. Its feathers are so colorful, and people adore them." Determined, the crow thanked the swan and set off in search of a parrot. He soon found one, its feathers a brilliant mix of green, red, and yellow. "Dear parrot," the crow said, "you must be the happiest bird alive. Your feathers are so vibrant, and everyone must love you." The parrot let out a sad little laugh. "Yes, my feathers are pretty," it said, "but because of them, people hunt me down and lock me in cages. They force me to mimic their words for their entertainment. I can't fly freely like you. I may look beautiful, but I live in fear every single day." The crow's heart sank. This wasn't what he expected at all. "Then who do you think is the happiest?" he asked. The parrot replied, "Perhaps the peacock. People treat it like royalty. They give it a grand home and admire it all day." The crow decided to find out for himself. He flew to the nearest zoo and found a huge crowd gathered around the peacock's enclosure. The peacock stood tall, fanning its tail into a breathtaking display of blue, green, and gold. People were mesmerized, taking photos and gasping in awe. The crow was also amazed. "You are the most beautiful bird I've ever seen," he said. "Everyone adores you. You must be the happiest bird in the entire world." The peacock looked at him quietly, its magnificent feathers trembling slightly. "My friend," it said softly, "you see beauty, but I see a cage. People love my feathers so much, they pluck them out to sell them. It hurts. I can't escape, I can't fly, and I can't live freely like you do. I would trade all of this just to be a crow for a single day, to be free." The crow stood speechless. He looked around the zoo at the cages, the fences, the birds that had forgotten how to fly, and in that moment, he realized something profound. All his life, he had been so focused on what he lacked that he never appreciated what he had. With a new understanding, he flew back to the forest. The wind rustled his black feathers, and for the very first time, he didn't feel ugly. He felt free. He found the old crow waiting for him. "Well," the elder asked with a warm smile, "did you find happiness in someone else's feathers?" The young crow shook his head. "No," he said, his voice steady. "I met the swan, the parrot, and the peacock. They all looked beautiful, but they all felt trapped. They all wished for the one thing I already have, freedom. I don't want to be anyone else. I just want to be me." The old crow nodded, his eyes filled with pride. "Now you understand," he said. "Happiness isn't about looking like someone else. It's about appreciating your own life for what it is." The young crow looked up at the vast, open sky as the sun began to set. He spread his dark wings wide and soared high, his heart feeling lighter than it ever had before. He was still the same black crow, but for the first time in his life, he truly felt beautiful. The moral of this story is simple. Stop comparing your life to others. Everyone, even those who seem to have it all, carries unseen struggles. The freedom, the health, the simple, ordinary moments you might take for granted could be the very things someone else is praying for. Happiness doesn't come from having more or looking different. It comes from learning to love what's already yours. The moment you stop wishing you were someone else is the moment peace finally has a chance to grow. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who might need this reminder, and subscribe for more stories that inspire gratitude and self-acceptance. Thank you for watching.